Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome to my channel. I'm back again. I know, I was just live last night. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm live again. This time, real quick, I have to make a birthday card, and this is for my son. So, his birthday's today. Nothing like a card maker being so late that they make a card the day of. Oh, goodness. I haven't been crafting this week, and that's part of the reason. Okay, my Wizard of Oz card from last night. That was a lot of fun. That's what we made in my last video. Okay, so I don't know if any of y'all know who this is, but this is Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption. And yeah, my son likes him. So I'm going to make him a birthday card with it. Now, I printed up, you may have seen at the very end of my last live, a Bucky sign and a narwhal. Yeah, I might end up making something with that too. We'll see. I really do have to make this quick because I have to rush off to work because I need to take a break for my son's birthday today. I kind of messed up my scheduling and took off the past 2 Fridays. I really shouldn't take off a third one, so I'm just gonna take a long break at some point today. And then he's going to the movies with his dad. He wanted to see a movie that me and Sparkleheart are not up for. So his dad's going to take him to that today while I work, which is really sweet. But yeah, my young Z, he turns 14 today. Oh my goodness. It happens so fast. It happens so fast. So, I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm pretty tired. Oh gosh, I woke up from a nightmare. I've been dreaming more. I really would rather not. Oh, but yeah, I had a nightmare. And that's how I woke up this morning. No fun. Not my favorite way. Let me say good morning to all of y'all. Good morning, Karen and Sala and Vicky and Miss Rhonda Lane. Hello, hello. Okay, so I got these 2 digitals off of, let's all say it together, Etsy. And so we're gonna make a card. I'm gonna keep it pretty simple. This I think is gonna be, I can't decide. This might be the inside of the card, and this might be the outside. I kind of need to look up, I know it's red. I know that. I know, just in a blink of an eye, and they're all big. That is so true. Wow, I love these scissors, y'all. I love them. Okay. Let me get this mat out of the way so that we can do some serious crafting. I think he likes it when I watercolor and stuff. I think he likes my grunge, my baby boy. So I'm going to do a little grunge. just need to look up on my phone. I want to kind of look up exactly. I need inspiration. Well, I mean, I have inspiration, but I need to see this. Yeah, so, ooh, that's a pretty cool background. Ooh, I like that. If we put that behind him, ooh, I think that would be pretty cool. Let's go towards this result. All right. I almost cut that completely wrong. I'm glad I stopped myself. Okay, 4 3/4. Because you can get 2 5x7 fronts. An actual 5x7. I'm doing mine a little smaller than 5x7 because I want a border. But you can get 2 5x7 fronts from a big sheet. But I almost messed that. That's only if you cut it right. Whoops, I didn't cut that one right. That's okay. That could possibly work too. No. All right. Whatever. It'll be fine. I'll use that for something else. All right, this is our background. I ended up only getting one after all. Hey, Miss Kim. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Susie. Oh, thanks, Vicky. Hey, Maddie. Yeah. Love them to pieces. Okay, let's see. I am going to sketch out our buildings and such. I'm going to have to start a little higher because Arthur is going to go down here like this. So, well, maybe I don't have to go higher. This does not have to be exact by any means. And most of that is not going to be seen. Last year, his friend made him the coolest Red Dead stuff. And he even tea-dyed. I think I showed y'all. I can't remember. The stuff his friend made him. Get our vanishing point in here. Okay. We need the same vanishing point. Let's do this correctly. My son's a bit of an art critic. I better get it right. That's about right. I think that building top has the same vanishing point as well, so hold on. I mean, it should. I believe the angle of this is going to line up here. No. Oh boy. These erasers are terrible. Hold on. These erasers are wonderful. There we go. Better. Not perfect. Debbie J, my goodness, you're up early today. Oh my gosh. It kind of does have the same. My mind is having a hard time working out that line right there. So, if that goes basically to his shoulder right here, that does not. They do not have the same vanishing point. It's close, but not quite. So if this one's going here, this point is actually a little bit higher up here. Let me check that angle again. This line, I tell y'all what, it's making me a little bit crazy. Okay. Okay. It goes something like, I think it was actually something like this. I don't have to draw it exactly like the picture. I just want to kind of get my brain wrapped around this line. There we go. That's the line. Okay. Alrighty then. Sure. Again, this is just really sketchy, so I'm surprised I spent that much time, but I'm sometimes like that when there's a line or something that's, I still don't think it's right. But whatever. Whatever. Let's see, we need this one lining up now. Okay. That should work. I mean, that's just going to be a lot of darkness anyways. And scribble scratch is what that's going to be. Okay, then we have our sun back here. I need a big circle. We'll use this. That's about right. There we go. Oh, I think this is going to be cool. I think he's really going to like this. Get out some, ooh, we could do the sun and that color. Let's do this. Alrighty. And Miss Kim, I know you're up early as well. Hopefully still in bed up there in Alaska. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna do the ground first, the dirt, muddy path. I think granulating colors are going to be perfect for this because it's a really gritty atmosphere. Red Dead is. He loves, he's just like me, my son. He loves a storyline. We're just alike in that way. I'm not going to mix my colors over my canvas. That's never a good idea. I thought I would, I'm going to kind of mix my own colors here real quick. I wanted to use a little bit of this gold and mix it in. And then I'm going to pick up some of the granulating color as well. I think I'll use this for the earth and this for the sun. So let me get that out. Yeah, when I showed my son my Godzilla cards, his favorite one, oh yeah, I want a little bit of this one too. I love these. Ooh, they're just so dirty looking. I really love those. And then I'm going to pick up a little bit of the blue from here. So this is totally me just mixing up my own color here. It's going to be interesting. I've never mixed these granulating colors with other watercolors, so it's going to be real interesting to see what we get here. But yeah, he's just like me. He loves a story, and I love a story too. So that's what he loves about Red Dead is this, just the story. Well, he doesn't love all the aspects of the story, but he loves like westerns, and he loves, you know, cowboys and all those kinds of things. And he just likes to play in free play, not do all the missions. He doesn't like all the missions necessarily, but he just wants to roam and hunt and talk to people and hang out and see the country. he's, he's a sweet he's a sweet guy, my young Z. We're still working on him getting a gaming YouTube channel. But we needed him to turn 14, so today's the day. I'm sure at some point I will be setting up his YouTube channel with him. You can't set one up when you're 13. Ooh, yes, this is very dirty, just like the mud roads outside the saloons. So that's cool. Okay, now I'm going to skip the buildings for now, and I'm going to move up here, giving my ground a little bit of time to dry. When you're working with granulating colors, in case any of y'all purchased these Kuretake granulating colors or you have other ones, you need lots of water to cause them to granulate. And the granulation is this separation of color that you get. That is what granulation is supposed to do. So when you use a granulating color, for me, it's like getting a visual texture from watercolor. A lot of times when you use watercolor, if I use a basic color, we'll do a little watercolor 101. How about that? 101 is all I know, by the way. But when you use regular, and this is actually a granulating palette that I built. Let me grab a regular palette. You can get very flat, smooth results with a watercolor, depending on what you're going for. It's very possible to get a flat, smooth color result. Hopefully this will demonstrate it for you. With typical colors and non-granulating colors, you can get something very smooth and consistent. Now I just did that really quick and I didn't wet my paper. I went wet on dry paper instead of wet on wet. If you go wet on wet and do it properly, you can get an even smoother look. But as this granulating dries, you can see it has all this like visual texture to it, all that separation of color. Anyways, you have to use a lot of water when you're using a granulating color. And so what I want to do is granulate here. I'm using a lot of water, so I'm going to skip this section and I'm going to move up here and go ahead and do my sky, because I don't want when I start painting this black, I don't want it to move into the grounding into this section. So I want this to dry a bit first. I hope I explained that well. Good morning, Rebecca. Rebecca, I keep trying to find your channel, and every time I look for you, and I'm subscribed, and I get the bell notifications, but I never get them. And then every time I try to look for you, I can't find you. I type in your name just as it shows, and I don't know why I can't find you. It's so frustrating because I want to find you. Okay, I'm going to use this orange 773 here for my sun. This color is pretty wild. So we'll see. We might have to mix a couple of other colors in it as well. So with these Kuretake, you're supposed to mix them like this. You're supposed to mix them like this and kind of let them separate. They actually give you this empty well right here for that purpose, but I got a bigger one. There, now I'm starting to get some orange. I'm starting to see the orange more. We'll lay this down, and if I'm not crazy about it, then I'll change it. Actually, I think I will add just before I even lay this down, I'm going to add a little bit of quinacridone gold from my other palette. I've gotten it pretty mucky here. There we go. That's going to give us a pop of sun. Okay. Oh, when you're watercoloring, in case you didn't know, if you paint over pencil lines, you will lock in your pencil lines. It will actually lock in that graphite, and it's over. You can't get it out. You can't erase your pencil lines later after you've watercolored over them. Just in case you weren't aware. So you need to erase your lines before you paint. Unless you want your pencil lines showing, and then by all means, leave them. This is one dingy sun. It's very green because I added that quinacridone. That's okay. This will be just our base layer. And then I'll come up over it with something else. I didn't even know we were going to do watercoloring lessons today. That's all I know. I don't know a lot. I just play. But watercolor is definitely like my favorite painting or coloring medium. More so than markers or ink or anything else. I love my watercolor. Well, that is one dark sun. We're going to let it dry. We're not going to freak out. And we're going to come back and we're going to add more color on top. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. Okay, let's go back to our inspiration image. Hey, Flo, how's it going? Yeah, it was orange and yellow. Well, we took a deviation here from that, didn't we? Let's grab this quinacridone gold again. I muddied it up pretty severely there. So I'm going to clean it a little bit because I got it really dirty. So I'm just going to clean it. We're getting closer now. Okay, we're getting closer. I love quinacridone colors. They're so rich and vibrant. Okay, this should be, yeah, there we go. That's the gold I was wanting. Don't worry about this. I'll use that for something. I'll just pick it up. I'll like pick it up with ink smushing or something like that. So anyone who's just joining, we are making my son's birthday card. His birthday is today. Nothing like being a card maker, having a YouTube channel, and making someone's birthday card the day of their birthday. I mean, it's kind of pathetic, but whatever. Hopefully also very relatable. Oh my gosh. Oh, it was so cool, you guys, yesterday. It was like a blast from the past. A past colleague that worked with me reached out, and her mother had made my son the most beautiful quilt for his baby shower. And it was just like she and I hadn't talked in years and years and years. And she reached out yesterday and I was like, you won't believe it, but my baby boy is 14 tomorrow. She's like, you're right, I won't believe it. But it was just the timing was so spectacular. Ooh, look how, because I didn't let this dry all the way, look what's happening here. This quinacridone is pulling out some of the orange because the color I used in the sun was this orange right here. So it's pulling out some of that and creating this really cool, that was accidental, but I love it. It's pulling out this rust orange from the sun. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Like messing things up. I do have to be careful because I don't necessarily want it to balloon, but I am going to try to pull in and highlight it up here too. I like that. Now, that does not look like the sun. I'm with you. I need to fix that. So let me work on that real quick. I'm going to kind of try to mix an orange. We'll see how that goes with this. Let's pull in some of this too. Okay. Let's see if I can do a wash. These are not my favorite brushes, but we're going to make it work. Janine, hi, how are you? Okay, so I'm going to try to wash. It's not dry enough, so I'm actually pulling up color, which may not be a bad thing. I actually do need to kind of pull up some of that green. This is the wildest sun. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm using a pretty dry brush, and I'm just pulling up some of this color so I can lay down a brighter color. I'm going to come in with my towel, and I'm actually going to kind of dab some of that up. The green was an accident. Accidents happen. I'm going to grab it from over here as well. I'm making a cowboy card, y'all. All right. Now, let's go in, lay some of this down. I'm also going to just pull in some really bright yellow. So I'm going to let this go. Let's pull in some bright yellow. I think they're going to see The Quiet Place, if y'all were wondering what movie he wants to see. There's a new Quiet Place out, and I don't watch scary movies. When I was young, I was at a sleepover, my friend's house, and they were all watching, they wanted to watch Silence of the Lambs. And I made it about 15 minutes in, and something just came over me, and it was the first time I realized I didn't have to watch scary movies, that I had a choice. I could choose to not watch a scary movie, and I have chosen since that day to not watch scary movies ever since. Once I realized it was a choice that I could make, it was over. That was it. I was not going to go and watch anything scary. So my husband's taking him, and we were actually talking about it at the dinner table the other night, because I told him, I took you to see Goosebumps when you were little because I knew I could handle scary movies like when you were small, but that I wouldn't be able to hang with you when you were older. So I put in my time with things like Goosebumps. I'm not gonna start watching them now. I don't like the energy. I don't like how they made me feel. And no, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna move this to the side. And I'm gonna clean up this because this is some nice watercolor. I can't just waste it. And I have all this leftover watercolor paper that I cut wrong. Got quite a few pieces, actually, even this big piece. I'm looking for my spray bottle. There it is. So I'm just going to spritz this with water. Besides, this is kind of one of the prettiest colors on the planet. So we don't want to waste any yellow. Oh, I picked up some blue along the way, looks like. But yeah, this will be a fine piece of paper for something in the future. So you can ink smush with watercolor, just like everyone likes to do with ink. Just in case you didn't realize, it is possible. I'm sure y'all did. Flo, you are so right. It is a special moment when you realize, wait a second, you mean I can make choices and decisions? I can follow my own bliss? Are you kidding me? I know. And like, you know, it was a slumber party. There were a lot of girls there. And we were like in middle school or something. And I had to fight the feeling of like, oh boy, are they going to make fun of me? I bet they're going to tell everyone at school that I couldn't handle Silence of the Lambs. But I was like, I'm fine with all of that, actually. I just really don't want to see this movie. And so I went to bed. I just took my happy little self to bed. And I don't regret it. To this day, it was the right decision for me. Because I had an epiphany. The other girls saw a movie and I had an epiphany. I'll take it. And they didn't make fun of me. It all worked out. If they did, I don't even remember it. Clean this up. Okay. Now, this dude I printed with an inkjet printer. Now, I did print him on photo paper, so the ink is probably pretty well locked in, but I kind of don't want to test it we've made it this far. Let's not let me goof up the card at this stage. So I'm going to grab some ink and we're going to color this dude up with a blending brush. I'm going to start with a lighter color. This is tea dye. Now, going over this ink with oxide like this means that it's going to knock back the ink. And I won't get that black, real crisp black back in, unfortunately. I could have used colored pencils. Kind of wish I would have, but that's okay. We're going to have to just roll with it now. We're grunging him up. Let's put the walnut stain on his hat. This paper, this photo paper, just soaks up the ink. That's its job. It's doing its job. And we're gonna make his jacket like this as well. Okay. What we're doing right now is just coloring him up, and then we've got to go back and finish our background. So let's see. I'm gonna paint this in his hair. This is not watercolor paper, so I don't want to put too much water on there, but he only has a little bit of hair. Then I think I'm going to give him kind of a red bandana. Okay. A dark and mysterious fella. Here's our fun paper. Woohoo! We'll have that for another project another time. Let's take a look. Yeah, I think this is gonna work, you guys. I don't love his face. I'm gonna just try to blend it out a little bit if I can. It's pretty locked in there. Let's grab some red from over here. And I'm going to hit the bandana with that. Trash trucks here. Alrighty. I think we did it, y'all. Let's do that and that. And then I need to finish this up. And then it's time for me to go. I hear he's up. Let the festivities begin. All right. This is where we're going. I need to put a little bit of a yellow. Too bad I took up all that yellow. It kind of needs some yellow wash behind it. I should have done a yellow wash all the way down. That was my bad. So, hold on. I'm going to fix it now. I'm going to come in with this quinacridone. And I'm going to go ahead and just do a wash across here. Not much of it's going to come through, but we definitely don't want to have to paint it in. This is the way. As the Mandalorian would say, this is the way. Ooh, there's hustle and bustle in my house. And I want to get out in it. All right, let me grab the heat tool. I'm going to catch up to y'all's conversation. Miss Bertha and Beth, how are you? Hi, Cheryl. Oh, that's funny, Vicky. Yeah, Bertha, no way. No way, no way. No thank you. For a little while, I got into true crime stuff, stories, and then I was like, that is just the wrong energy for me. I think it's an energy thing, you know? It's just like, that's not where I want to put my energy. We only have a little bit of time here on this planet. I want to infuse as much fun and positivity into my time as possible. True crime and scary movies are not it for me. That is not the vibe. Okay, I had to dry that so that I could go over this, and now I need to look at my image again. Okay, here we go. Settle into watercoloring again. Watercoloring is so relaxing for me. I just love it. I'm using a hematite color. It's actually ground hematite stone. It's a Daniel Smith color, in case you're wondering. I also really love the Daniel Smith Payne's Gray. I just really like Daniel Smith watercolors in general. Let's see. It's nice if you're going to be like doing what I'm doing, putting this big piece of ephemera down, to kind of hold it over your piece every so often, because you're not going to see it all. So that way you don't get too bogged down and trying to paint in a bunch of detail and then you don't even get to see it. I think this is the side of the building. And that's the next storefront or something. I'm just kind of making it up, y'all. Visually, the eye will fill in details. You don't have to add them all. In this case, I think the eye will be very busy filling in detail. But it's going to go something like that. Okay, next side. I think this side will be even easier. Good morning, Valerie. Have you been gel printing? Did you get your jelly plate out? I know you were feeling inspired, which makes me so happy. So maybe you got it out. I've been having a fun play. I love gel printing because it just feels so free. You can't get bogged down in the details. At least I can't be bothered with trying to get real specific results with a gel print because I don't know enough skills to be worried about it. Yeah, this side is a lot easier than that other side of the town. There we go. Okay. That's pretty much it. I do want to hit this area with a little bit of yellow and this area. And I actually want that to be a little darker. Dried back a little darker than or lighter than I wanted. Okay, we did it. There's our backgrounds. That wasn't so bad. Let me dry it. Set of papers I cut out for Kendra's card challenge number 5. I finally put the papers together while watching. All that's left is the focal images and sentiments. That is awesome, Debbie. Oh, cool. You got some acrylic colors to do more. That is so awesome. Hey, Des, how you doing? Hey, Dawn. How are you ladies? I'm probably gonna have to take up a little bit of this. It's just so, I have a whole puddle going on right there. I don't think I have time for that puddle to dry. What's kind of fun about it is it'll add some variation to that section too. It's like faux granulation. Oh, isn't it, Flo? She says, it's always so gratifying or satisfying to use what we actually have. Actually use what we have. Woo, bot. Oh, thanks, Rebecca. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. That one horse town. Good morning, Yvette. How you doing? I bet it's really early for you because I think you're over in California. What, handy scandy? Nancy? What? How you doing? Aw, working from home. Aw, and breathe a bit. Oh, thank good, good. I'm so glad. I just love you. You guys go check out Handy Scandy Nancy on YouTube. She is a phenomenal. I'm sure all y'all follow her already, but she's phenomenal. It's so good seeing you here. What a nice surprise. All right. So, paper doesn't have a muscle memory. We just need to work it out. Let's put it together. We're ready. It's that time. Let me find my dude. The dude. The dude abides. That's what we're doing. Yes. I like it. All right. I can't help myself. I'm gonna double it up. Like this. There we go. Get my new favorite scissors. I use them for less than 24 hours, and I can tell you they're my favorite scissors. You guys, Sunday is going to be exciting. It's a whole exciting weekend celebrating my son's birthday. Going to well, I'm not going to Houston. I'm going to Woodlands, which is just north of Houston, for the Scrapbook Expo to hang out with Sabrina from Scrappy Tales. And then on Sunday, oh my gosh, my team is playing my husband's team in the final of the Euro Cup. So either way we win, but of course I want Spain to win. I'm selfish like that. But it's not selfish, really. It's just when you have a team, you've got to stand by them. But I'm really happy because if my team loses, they lose to my hubby's team and they lose to England, where the whole sport began. Okay, they're the ones that started football, soccer. So it's only right. And they haven't won in like forever. So I'm okay. Either way, we win. I'm going to pop this dude up. Well, this is from Etsy, and hold on, I'll tell you who it is. If anyone in the chat knows, Debbie J, you still here? You're a little gaming friend. I bet you know who this is. You can share it with her. There's people within earshot that I don't want them to know what I'm doing in here. But it would work for Clint. It most certainly would. I mean, if this is not Outlaw Josie Wells and Clint, then I don't know what is. Totally interchangeable. But yeah, this was a digital that I printed and then just colored up with my distress ink. And because I put 400 pieces of foam tape on the back of here, we're going to have to sit here and watch me peel them all off. But that's okay, I can read comments. Oh yeah, background's where it's at. Absolutely. I'm such a, you know, it just depends on what kind of card I'm making that day. I either want something like this or I just want all patterned paper and ephemera. It just depends. But I do love me a good watercolor background. And so does the recipient of this card. Okay, got them all off. Here we go. There we go. All right, let's pop this dude down on a card base. Now I did make this so that it would have a border. And I'm actually, you guys, I got my tape and whoopee, I had run out of my 5/8 and my 3/8 inch. I ran out of both of them the same week, but I've got them both in. When I get a new roll, I do like to write the dimensions, so I'll write like 5/8 just inside there. There you go, so you can see it. Yeah, I just label it so I know. Otherwise, I'd like have to measure it or something. So let's put this down. This is just going to really help this watercolor paper stay flat after all that water that we put on it. You know, I'm usually a wet glue girly, but I like my wet glue for holding things down. But in cards like this, having a really nice, strong adhesive applied throughout the back of it will help it stay flat. And I just keep tearing it just a little too long. Okay. All right, y'all. I'll put wet glue too on. But this will just help flatten it. Especially because this is for right away and not like later. I want it to look right away. All right. But yeah, why not? We'll give it the Richard Penny effect. There we go. Nice. All right. So there's that. We don't need any sequins. No sequins or glitter. Little grit paste maybe, but that's okay. This is going on the inside. They kind of match and they kind of don't. But this will be in here, so it's fine. I want it like an old book page back here, I think. Hold on. I know, you can't really even read it, which is fine. I just like the feel of it. So let's do that. I'm gonna use, if I can get it open. Seriously, I can't even get that open. Okay, next. Moving on, there's always another glue stick. Oh, thanks. Oh, y'all like the card? Good. You know what? I don't have a sis, but my sister-in-law she started card making. She's not anymore. She got into making like applique wall hangings out of fabric, which they are so awesome. I wish I had a sister that designed digitals. That would be amazing. Oh, I would drive her nuts. She probably wouldn't talk to me anymore. Because I'd be like, can you make me one for this? Can you make me one for that? We probably wouldn't be friends. She'd be like, leave me alone. I can't make any more digitals for you. Cool, that's nice. I like that. And we did get a little bit of the book page over here, which is cool. I like that. Okay, not done yet. I'm wondering if I should bring in something from here and put it here. I'm thinking like a rich goldenrod yellow kind of color. If I have it. I mean, I should. It is like my favorite color. You would think I would have it for sure. I've got this, but that feels too bright. That's not right. Keep looking, keep looking. I'm sure the perfect piece of paper is in here. It would help if I had my paper organized by color, but I don't. I used to get a ton of card kits, and you know, they like Simon Says Stamp and stuff, and they just send you like a couple of colors, and then I just put them all in here and not really. This is a cool piece of paper right here, though. I don't even know what that's from. Apparently I have a couple of those. But yeah, I would just randomly stash the paper into this basket that I'm looking through. And none of it in color order. If I ever get bored enough, which I doubt will happen, I could organize my paper. It's not really, I'm not one of those crafters who organizes and crafts. I just craft. Okay, let's do this. I think we can make this work. I like this one. And then maybe, I think we can make this work if I just stress it, maybe. We'll see. Let's cut this down to 5 by 7. This is a cool piece of paper. Okay. Just running late, no big deal. All right. I know, it's kind of like, but when you open it from here, it makes sense. And I think if we can add that pop of yellow on top, it'll also make sense. We'll see. paper even has a cool texture to it. All right. Now, let's make this piece work, shall we? Let's do it. I've already got colors out here. Let's knock it around with a little bit of brown and tea dye. Let's see what kind of color we can get out of this. Well, that's not what I want. Okay. Let's see if I like this one. That's a little better. That's more like it. Give it some rusty hinge treatment. Don't have the perfect color of paper, just make one. We don't have time to have it shipped. Ooh, I like that though. I think it's giving a nod to the front. I think it'll pull it all together pretty nicely. So let's go with that. That was Rusty Hinge on this bright yellow paper. I didn't do the whole sheet. We just need a little bit. Yes, it is possible to be an organizer and a crafter. Absolutely. It's just not me. I'm like, what size is an A2 card? 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Trader, don't even know anymore, making all those 5 by 7 cards. Okay, this is cool. I like this one that has the variation to it. What if put a little walnut stain around the edges? It kind of looks like, the color now kind of looks like carved pumpkin. Tim Holtz's carved pumpkin is what this sheet is kind of reminding me of now. I don't know, just throw everything at it, basically, is what I'm doing. I might even do that leftover watercolor. Take that, yellow. Okay. Now, this is definitely going to tie it to the front. I can still write on this. It's not too dark. Little scattered straw never hurt anyone, did it, Linda? Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll tie the two together. That's the idea. I want it to make sense with this and this, and I liked this yellow and orange in there, so I think it'll work. We'll see. I think you know who is going to like it. All right, we did it. We made a card. It only took however long it took. But you know, it's for a VIP. All right, look, I still have this one piece of watercolor paper. Nice. All right, let's finally put the last piece on and I will say goodbye to you all. I won't be live again until next week, probably Monday. So you guys, hope you all have a really great weekend. If you live in the Houston area and are going to the Scrapbook Expo, come say hi to me. I'll be at the Scrappy Tales booth, probably from like 10 to 2. And then I'm going to actually head back because it's just such a busy weekend. But I'm going to spend a few hours in the Scrappy Tales booth. I wish I could stay and crop and do all the things, but I can't. So just a few hours, probably about 4 hours, and then I'll head back. Oh, thanks, Valerie. Oh, thanks, Linda. Hope you do too, Jeanette. Going for a morning walk. Nice. You do that. So there it is. Oh, I'm going to put something in the chat real quick. There we go. That's who this is, by the way. I just can't say it out loud. That's who this is. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I just have to fix a little bit of this, just real quick. It's just not done till it's done. It's not over till you see my waving hands waving goodbye. Chances are I may even do something off camera. You never know. But this is what we've got for today. I really like it. I didn't come up with this background. It was a Google search, and hats off to the artist who did, because I really like it. It's perfect. I just have to add in a little bit more of the black that we lost when I went over this with the Distress Oxide. Again, if you were to do yours, maybe use colored pencils. Would probably be better than ink blending over your print. But I think it all came together in the end. And I just added a little scruff. I think that is where it needs to be at least to make this girl happy. That's where it needs to go. All right, now we are done. For real. Just a few little final details. Why go that far if you're not gonna just make it right? Thanks, Nancy, and thanks for hanging out with us. It was wonderful being here. Thank you all for the birthday wishes for my big boy. I will let him know that you said hello and happy birthday. I'm still waiting for him to come join us here. He's quite the artist. So one day he's going to do a live again with me. But there it is. so much fun. Have a wonderful weekend, you all, and I will see you next time. Bye.